Learn Portuguese, not Spanish. Vamos lá.
If you had one day left on this earth, would you rather have your last meal at Taco Bell or have some delicious rodizio at Texas de Brazil? If you had just 10 seconds to live, would you want your last dying word from your last dying breath to be a Facebook or a Facebookie?
A Facebookie. I do have to say, when I discovered the way Brazilians like pronounce words like English words, it's much more fun to say. É mais divertido dizer essas palavras assim.
Don't get me wrong, I love Mexican. Aprendi mexicano hace unos años y lo hablo bien, pero a verdade é que eu prefiro a língua brasileira.
Eu prefiro a língua brasileira.
Why am I even comparing these two languages? Well, for the monolingual betas watching this, Brazilian and Mexican are basically the same language. Anyone who speaks one and has been exposed to the other already knows this. The biggest differences are how they sound and where they're spoken.
It's true. It's so crazy how different it sounds. Like, I know, like, once you get to know the differences in pronunciation, it's a lot easier to understand, but the differences are so great in pronunciation. Also, within Spanish, you have crazy differences in pronunciation. So going from that to Brazilian Portuguese is even crazier. Like, Puerto Rican Spanish or Argentinian Spanish sound completely different. But Portuguese, I mean, that is just truly something else.
They're two sides of the same coin. But regardless, when it comes time to choosing a language, everyone chooses Spanish. And I hate that for 3 reasons. Reason number 1.
Is that really the case though, like across the world? Or like, is it just like in the United States? Because I feel like in the United States, people generally choose to learn Spanish because it's so much more like geographically close and relevant geographically. But like in Spain and France, I wonder if like when you're younger, if people choose to learn Portuguese more often.
Portuguese is cooler. Like I said, everyone learns Spanish. It's the default language for us Americans to learn. So it's NPC herd mentality to join the mob and engage in this normie activity.
It's not even just herd mentality. I would say growing up in the United States, like you're sort of pushed into learning Spanish in high school. Like your options are like Spanish, French. A lot of high schools offer Latin. Okay, because the standardized tests that we have to take, if you know Latin, you can do better on the tests. And then like a lot of them offer like Chinese. But it's like the Spanish programs, there's always more teachers, there's just more resources, there's more funding. It is herd mentality, I guess. You're being herded towards Spanish.
I personally was like 10 years old grinding Duolingo Spanish in 2008, and so was everyone at school. We were all glued to animes like Dora the Exploradora, Go Diego Go, Handy Manny, and we all had Mexican class in our very safe American schools.
Only until high school did we have Spanish class, at least in Texas, which is crazy. When I was in first grade, they had Spanish class. There was like, or not Spanish class, but it was like 30-minute segment of the day where a native Spanish speaker would come in, teach us some Spanish, like simple words like red, blue, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then move on with the rest of the day. But they cut the funding to that midway through the year. And then it wasn't until high school started back up that you could do it again.
The average American has no idea where Brazil is on a map, and they couldn't tell you the first thing about Portuguese.
It's true. Americans are so bad at geography, it hurts. It hurts, I'm not gonna lie.
If you speak Mexican to a Mexican speaker, they will be very happy and surprised. But if you speak Brazilian to a Brazilian, you'll touch their heart in a way that no one ever has.
You chose us. Eu te amo demais. What is your Facebook?
Oh my god. Oh, and this is why Language Simp has millions of views and I don't. He's hilarious. It is true. I feel like there's like, because less people learn Portuguese, especially in the United States, it's just like more surprising. It's just less common, so it's more surprising. If it was more common for people to learn Portuguese, it would be the exact same thing, but in the reverse.
Do you have Instagram or a Snapchat?
Qual é seu TikTok? Assim se fala, né?
A Peruvian might smile and compliment you if you shock him in his mother tongue, but a Brazilian's eyes will roll back in his head, and he'll levitate as his core rapidly collapses, forming a neutron star or black hole and producing a Type 2 supernova, inducing heat death of the universe if you simply say cidade.
All right, I'm gonna say it. Let's see what happens. Cidade. I think we're all still here.
Reason number 2, Portuguese DLC is wildly underrated. Learning Portuguese unlocks what I believe is the greatest part of the world, Brasil.
Did Language Simp go to Brazil? He like has been doing a bunch of like more traveling, right? I think part of why he's like uploaded less in the last like year, but I think he went to Brazil, right?
And there is so much culture in Brazil. Lulaland also has delicious food. Can you imagine ordering feijoada, pau de queijo, or even a BBL in flawless Brazilian? And they have wicked cool sports like their iconic beach volleyball or their world-dominating soccer.
Okay, I'm sorry, but in the United States, there's not this many sand volleyball, like places to play sand volleyball. It looks like also you could play sand soccer, beach soccer here. É verdade que todos os brasileiros são bons em jogar voleibol e futebol.
Wicked cool sports like their iconic beach volleyball or their world-dominating soccer. Brazil has everything. Brazil is the world. Sounds cooler. No matter which accent I listen to in the Mexican-speaking world, it just always seems like there's something missing. It always feels a little too monotone.
It's the melody and rhythm. I know what he means. I talked about it in one of my last videos, but the melody of Brazilian Portuguese, it's a lot more singy. It's more smooth. That makes it nicer to listen to.
A little too simple, and it always leaves me wanting more. Brazilian takes all the good things about Spanish and throws a bunch of spice on them to create an unforgettable, bouncy, riveting experience that you just can't find anywhere else. Listen to these Mexican sentences. El ritmo de Brasil hace todo divertido. Cada canción de Brasil tiene ritmo y alegría.
I feel like when he speaks Spanish though, it sounds like, I don't know if he's forcing it to sound a little more like stiff or whatever, or if that's just how he speaks Spanish, but like this is how I would say it. El ritmo de Brasil hace todo divertido.
Cada canción de Brasil tiene ritmo y alegría.
Cada canción de Brasil tiene ritmo y alegría. I think he is just trolling.
Cool, but kind of flavorless. Now listen to me say it in Brazilian. O ritmo do Brasil faz tudo divertido.
All right, that's it. He's obviously joking. O ritmo do Brasil faz tudo divertido.
Cada canção do Brasil tem ritmo e alegria.
Cada canção do Brasil tem ritmo e alegria.
Okay, maybe I exaggerated it just a little bit. Brazilian is just more fun and invigorating when you listen to it or when you speak it. It's like feijoada for the soul. Each Portuguese word is just a Spanish word with a little extra pizzazz. The cumbersome Mexican turns into the soft repugnante, becomes repugnante. And the
Repugnante. Is that right though with the E sound after the G?
So a simple word like repugnante becomes repugnante.
I know he's joking, but like repugnante. Or is it repugnante? Repugnante or repugnante? Qual das duas formas?
And the Brazilian nasal sounds transform the simple pan into delicious and hard-hitting boom. And they even have the glorious American R in some regions, so mierda becomes merda. The Spanish Mexican that I learned has a lisp, so I say la pronunciación instead of la pronunciación.
La pronunciación, ok, so isso também é como eu aprendi falar espanhol, o espanhol da Espanha, e falar com esse som de. Na verdade, quando eu falo com pessoas de América Latina, assim se diz, né? Eu prefiro falar com pronunciação. La pronunciación me sale más fácil.
But it's too confusing because not every accent in the Spanish language has this adorable lisp. So in conclusion, learn whichever language you'd like. Don't listen to me. I'm a stupid gringo living my silly little life here in Florida. But if Spanish and Portuguese were falling off a bridge and I could only save one, I'd let them both go. Pour que je puisse me concentrer sur le français.
Je parle un peu de français, mais c'est pas très bon. Comme elle. Comme elle? Comme elle? Comme Louis. Comme Louis. I don't know. All right. Thank you for watching, everybody. And yeah, we're just gonna keep. Vamos seguir aprendendo português.